Hello, final episode tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play the Solo Mage. Wait. The Whoop Soul Mage challenge, sort of. Is it a challenge? It's a choice. It's a decision. We are level 32, new game plus, all mages, whoops, and we are crushing things. We're gonna go try to get our last couple blue mage spells. It may or may not work. We can sort of force the issue if we do a hard reset. We've shown this off in other runs, but if you want to fight a war mech, just do a hard reset, fight your way up to the final floor pretty efficiently. It's basically scripted. You'll have to, there's some extra fights along the way. It's not minimum. But you'll definitely get what you're looking for. Better hope you can beat it, though, when you get there, because we are on New Game Plus, and it's not messing around, that's for sure. So, I'm trying to decide what spells to hold on to or what to use on our way down, because we do not want to run out of some of them. Because we do need to survive the fight to, learn the ultimate, basically ultimate, the blue mage's nuke, effectively. It is surprisingly difficult to learn compared to, everybody else, the regular level 8 magic. So, I'm going to take fights. I'm going to try to get a couple level ups on the way. And I'm going to try to hold on to trance. I'm going to try to hold on to a life spell, stuff like that. Yes, because we know War Mech. You guys know War Mech. Everybody knows War Mech. All my homies know War Mech. He be tough. He don't mess around, and I do have a way that will probably one-shot kill him, but we need to survive the nuclear, and I did pick up the right... It depends on turn order and stuff, of course, as always. If he ambushes us, we're going to have a really bad time. If we go first, especially with a preemptive strike, we will be having a great time. Because I specifically went back to water to learn a sample of underwater magic, which is usually not very offensive-minded, but it gives us Bubble Curtain, and this is, I think, the only way to reduce nuclear damage. So, I have it. I was trying to think of other ways to guarantee that he doesn't kill us. Invisible stacking is probably on the docket, because his punch is really strong, and because he resists most elements, except time, there's not a lot we can do to stop that. We could probably blaze it. Yeah. Slow 2 will work a little bit. We can probably hit him with that, because he gets 2 attacks, right? Getting 1 would be half the damage. So there is that option, right? Let's look at what we're up against, right? Yeah, 2 hits at ridiculous damage. Not very high critical chance, so that's nice. But he does resist, everything. Everything except time. So, nuclear is the real threat, of course, but his physical punch is no joke. This might be one of those fights where we should maybe level up more, maybe, before we try to set this up, because we're gonna get there, get a couple levels on the way up, and if we die, we lose all our progress. But I am relatively confident in our group. The nuclear spell shouldn't one-shot anyone except maybe the Black Wizard, and even then, it shouldn't be too likely. It's more the punch that's the big problem. Stardust is not impressing me as far as, like, cool skills. Good job resisting my fire a little bit there. Probably would have done twice as much damage. Sun Sword, I don't want to use my nuke here. We'll just, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the melee attacks will win this fight. He was almost dead. Yeah, those wizard vampires worth a lot of XP. Ooh, spooky. All right. Let's throw that curse out for funsies and go for. I want to save one trance for Warmech, but this is a good time to trance. Non-elemental might kill them as well, and they don't actually resist elements, so we go Ice 3. Silence, Paralyzed, Confused, Sleep, Dead, Paralyzed. That's not bad. That's a better spread of statuses than I've been seeing on that curse spell in the past, so good. Didn't even need a trance. Let's convert. Yeah, I don't need these level 1 spells. Rather have some cool level 8 spells. I don't actually think the level 8 spells are all that good, but hey. They're the highest level, therefore that's what we go for. You can actually very much customize your red wizard spell selection. If you really like if you're running out of life spells, we can move them over there. If you really need an exit, you can move those over there. You can, if you're spamming Fire 3 or Ice 3, you can keep recharging those for quite a long time. Like, it's a very versatile ability. So we're going to have to do a few fights here. I think this is the last really annoying one. What I'll do is Swirl. Should be enough, especially bluffed. Nice. Okay, good. So we're gonna have to take 5 or 10 fights. I forget exactly how many. It's a few. But we do have, like, pretty decent melee attacks on the red and blue mages these days. We don't have a lot of healing or anything. So that's not super easy to figure out, other than heal potions. So just don't get hit, basically. Yeah, the elementals are weak, or they're strong to most of my insta-death stuff. Don't mind using some Ice 3s on them, though. Plasma, whew. Blessed Bell, basically, anything that has an element, it makes it strong. Some nachos. Hopefully we get some cheese and some salsa with them. These guys are definitely insta-killable, should you desire it. Brack works pretty well. I don't remember, are they weak to, are they strong to earth? They only resist water, so they're quakeable. Definitely are relatively high-level wizards. The insta-death effects have become pretty darn reliable. So nuclear, I think, is slightly weaker base than nuke. It's not going to be a 200 base power, but it's going to be close. So the closer you are to 400 health, the more likely you are to survive, let's just say. I just want to keep our HP maxed. We might need it. We're getting pretty close. I think a couple more fights. I think maybe after this air, or 1 or 2 more after this is the big one. So get ready. We're almost there, boys. This is another way to kill Warmech, actually, very reliably. We can use a swirly here, I think. And just a rando and a bluffo. kill the air with water. It's kind of funny. Cosmic Rays would have helped, but too little too late. Not the greatest curse, unfortunately. So we'll go with the ice again. This should be a bluffed ice from the Black Wizard at least, seeing as it lasts a turn if you don't cast anything. Alright, but we're very close to our guaranteed mech. If this one somehow runs away or dies, there's a second one not too far away that we could stick around for. I think it's the next fight. Let's just run. Of course, if that was a level up, that would have been maybe good. Maybe. Not yet. I know we're really close, though. And that was an ambush that really hurts, so... Heal up. Come on, Mr. Mechie. It's getting there. Can't be very far away. I swear, any second. These ambushes, though, it's not a good sign. Also, it's really bad for my heal potions. Come on, stop. $23 heal potions. Man, we've burned through over 70. And we still don't have them. Maybe this was the air elemental that sets me up. There he is. He got a first strike. Not good. Not good. We are desperate not to get punched to death. We don't really have a way to heal back up, though. Well... yeah, maybe. I was thinking of using the limit right away, but maybe we try to give us a break. I can't risk killing him immediately. I definitely need Bubble Curtain before Nuclear to feel safe. And we actually could go for the Sleep non-elemental, oddly enough. Or the Stop to paralyze. We got one person trying to paralyze him. Maybe it's better to bluff, but I don't know if the Blue Wizard will get a turn. He probably gets a turn. Yeah. Blue Wizard has a lot of intelligence. We probably have... I'm not sure if it's better to take 2 chances or 1 boosted chance, but we're going to do it like this. We got the nuclear protection. We get to paralyze. Okay, we have time. We can't heal ourselves unless we could target ourselves with damage, but that's okay. So now we've got a bit of time. We can't kill this guy, but we can start invising. We can use our limit to make sure we learn it once he does it. We can use pressure to reduce his damage once he starts attacking us. Or, yeah, we'll do that first. We can use the white shirts, but it's hard to say which one's better, honestly. I'd like to hit him with a slow as well. Nice. Got him with the pressure, got him with the slow. Now we stack Invis for a bit. And we don't want to kill him. We're not going to hit him with status spells, really. I mean, we could try, but the odds are tiny. We can glare him to death, but we don't want him to die, right? We want to learn. We're getting this set up pretty well, though. We could gamble, like maybe we get a snorting through there. I think the odds are pretty small. But we've hit him with both of our pressure and bubble. Now we can stack some more evade. And we already hit him with slow. So that's pretty much it for the Black Wizard, actually. Yeah, there's not much else for him to do. Or her. That's 2 invisibles, I believe. We actually got darkness through. That's insane. We got darkness through his resistance. Man. These high intelligence casters, I gotta say, pretty strong. Any other statuses to try to put on him that don't just kill him? We've already got him with darkness. I think that might be it anyway. Yeah, we don't have anything else we want. I think we can throw some heal potions at the red wizard. Had to wait a couple. Maybe I'll wait one more turn. I'm not sure we're quite there yet. White shirts. This is number 5, I think. And yeah, we'll start throwing potions on the red wizard now after the... I definitely don't want to... Because he used his reversal thing, I don't want to accidentally kill him. Eventually the war mech will definitely wake up. But I will make sure we've got a high level invis ready before we get there. So, heal... This should be 7 stacks of invis too. It's maybe enough. 1 more should be definitely enough. I mean, I'm pretty sure 7's enough, honestly. But we don't have much else to do until he wakes up, so 1 more of those. Now, if he never wakes up, I'm going to be sad, but that's very not going to happen. Alright. So this worked out really well. We got fully buffed. Didn't kill him. He is slowed and darked, so his physical attack shouldn't be too brutal. Plus, we don't have any armor up, but we have very high evade, so he shouldn't be able to hit us. We just have to survive a nuclear with half damage, which should be fine. There he is. He's broken out of paralyze. He went for a swing, didn't hit. Now we just... That skill lure doesn't even matter. We just wait till he nuclears, I think, and we should be good. Overdoing it in heals, but that's fine. Okay, we should be good. Just wait. Don't kill him. Yeah, he should only be getting 1 attack at this point. And that's not too bad. We didn't silence him or anything, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Now, I thought he had like 50-50 attack or nuclear, but I don't actually know the actual numbers. He shouldn't be able to run away or anything, so this should be inevitable. And we used the limit, so we only need to see it once, and we definitely learn it. According to the rules that say you learn it. There we go. Pretty tiny damage. We could take a couple more of those if we needed, but we don't. Time to kill. Let's see... How do we kill? I didn't do any... I could have done fast and tempering to do max damage. But let's go curse, glare, geostorm, zap. One of these will get him. The zap gets him. It's just not fair. Could have bluffed as well, but anyway. We got it. I saw that. Easy. Not too bad, honestly. So... Nuclear nuke is definitely stronger. 200 base damage versus 160 base damage. But we do have the ability to converge that, which turns it into a 320 base damage. And if we are technically Cosmic Raid up to plus 30%, so let's say 320 is another plus 100 or so, that's 420. Plus we can bluff, doubles our intelligence to 100. That's another 50% damage. Assuming it multiplies, we are now single target. What did I say? 30%, so 320 is about 420, give or take. Nice. And then another 50% is another, it's like 620 base. So that's a Bahamut tier damage to a single target if we stack it like that. It's not insane, but it's pretty good. And you don't have to wait 2 turns like Bahamut. You can just charge it up and go. And do it every second turn, I guess. But you can do something else in between. Okay, I will try to get Inferno too. Might as well. I don't... Well, that took me about 20 minutes. There's no way to force this next encounter, though. So we have to just, you know, get it. Maybe I should have take a sample up in the air. I forgot to do that. Because that's a nice ability to add up, but we'll automatically have the water ability anyway, and that's kind of what we need for this next fight. The good news is we can get down to the fight maybe a little bit quicker. The bad news is I think it's just a 1 in 64 chance, and you can't really make it any more or less likely. But we'll take some more fights, get some more levels. All mages love levels, more spell slots. I mean, I know we don't need them. The joke is, we could have killed Chaos at like level 25 with the Blessed Bell. But there's a lot of ways to kill Chaos, so we didn't need the Blessed Bell, but it really does do a number on him. We've seen it before. I think the number was something around 16,000 damage or 17,000 damage, I forget. It's too much. You can only imagine it with Bluff boosting it even higher, or the Cosmic Ray thing boosting it even crazier. I assume all of that would stack, and maybe we could hit over 20 or 30,000. That's what we need, right? I don't... No, this is... I only have water. I didn't bring anything else. Should have brought fire or something, I guess. Nuke 'em. I do think the attack down is still a pretty good choice against ghosts. I mean, they're still hitting hard, but... you know, less. I did remember to buy heal potions, thankfully. I don't think there are ghosts on the bottom floor. So the worst annoying encounter we shouldn't have to worry about. I don't think... There might still be red Sahags, which are pretty annoying. I'm not 100% sure on that one, though. Oof. Sea trolls and lobsters still hit, though. Never forget, New Game Plus. Doesn't mess around. Alright, this is the floor. I don't know if you specifically need to be next to the Kraken's room, but that is where I have found all of the super bosses that I've found so far. I've never seen them on this side of the big room. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It's a rare encounter. But I've always found it after coming out the other side. So that is where I will be. If we ever find one in the first half of this floor or inside a room, which honestly, I would be surprised. Well, okay, in Renaissance they can program things however they want. But in vanilla FF, like vanilla NES rules, the vanilla FF1 rules, I'm pretty sure it's just one encounter zone per map in a dungeon. There's no way of splitting it up. But Renaissance could change that if they felt like it. So here we go. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I mean, we'll take some fights every now and then. You know, these larger packs are good AoE bait. Until we start running out of AoEs. This guy, Hades, isn't as deadly as Warmech, I don't think. By any margin. Maybe it would be easier to do this guy first. We'll look at his stats here. I think he's still pretty strong, but, you know, he hits about as hard as Warmech, but he only gets one attack. Abyssal Dark, interestingly enough, is one of the Geomancer spells down here. And an Inferno is pretty strong, but he doesn't resist as much. His HP is a bit less. His Absorb's a lot less. I feel like he's weaker overall, and Poison on hit doesn't really matter, so... yeah, I don't think he's too deadly. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. The beast slaying sword, pretty good against trolls. I feel like I want to see 5 of an enemy if I want to stick around and lightning them to death. That's my approximate minimum. 4 minimum at least. 5 ideally. 3 is kind of that awkward number. No running from this one. Could try cursing. I don't know. Nuclear. Lower physical damage, ice 3, stuff like that. A little bit more work than some encounters. Yeah, even ice 3 is not enough to kill him in NG+. Is that more paralyzes than average now that we're higher level, maybe? I don't know. Oops, waste. Kind of feel like it shouldn't use a heal potion if you accidentally use one on someone at max. One Gershark. I guess the beast sword should kill it, right? It's a beast, yeah. It's actually surprisingly effective on grinds, honestly. There's a lot of beasts. I mean, didn't get a full sweep, but those fights are pretty good for XP. Take those sometimes. Unrunnable, though. Do we have... Let me double check for waters. The only unrunnable one here, I think. Ice and wind. Weird. Wind. Yeah, resists... Doesn't resist lightning, just neutral. Earth, stone, status, poison, death, water. So I think neutral to lightning, weak to ice winds. So that means there is some geomancy you could bring in that works okay. But we don't have it really. Alright. We don't need to keep our HP quite as topped up as we did against the Warmech, but you definitely need some. I have read that the Hades encounter is one of the more annoying ones to get. I feel like I've been pretty lucky in other Blue Mage runs getting it pretty easy, but I think when I was recording my first Blue Mage group, I think I started the episode on the fight, and it definitely took me some number of encounters to get it, but I wasn't on New Game Plus, so we weren't taking as much damage from every fight. Considerably less with a fighter up front. Oh, I wonder... It probably doesn't matter. Let's put the Blue Mage up front, because we're looking for his ultimate enemy. I really don't think it changed anything, but, you know, it could. Maybe. It's like the Hidden from FF6. Okay, this is a lot of juicy XP just looking at us, right? One good lightning 3. Yeah. Lovely. Can't believe we're already like 2/3 out of potions again. Oh man. Yeah, New Game Plus, that might be the hardest part of getting through TofR, is just running out of healing potions here. We don't have a lot of sustain. I mean, I can bring one sample of Geomancy back with some AoE healing, but that's only going to be like 4 charges. Which is good, it'll help, but I'm not sure that's what I want to bring, but maybe. Not sure this is worth it. Nuclear's, I think, the same damage value, but Inferno lets us take advantage of a weakness, so it's situationally better. This lobster's hitting for 150 is not nice. Well, I don't want to stay here for the whole episode. I do want to finish the game today. Let's maybe give it a countdown at some point. How are we looking for, like, levels and stuff? Level 36. Maybe once everyone's level 37? Not that I'm going to take every fight. But, like, this is a pretty good fight. Last Lightning 3, though. Shark dead. Come on, give it to me, game. What I'm definitely not going to be trying to do is get an Iron Golem, though. Don't worry. That is no fun. If we random into one, sure, but... Definitely should have taken Geomancy with healing in hindsight. Forgot how hard the water floor can punch. Because we're out. That's it. That's all we got. These lobsters, they're brutal. Well, so much for getting a level up. We're gonna run out here. We're gonna be running for our lives. One more fight. Gotta get out of here. Oh, man. Yeah, we're done. We done. Well, we could... Should I try one more try? I don't know. It didn't take all that long to get through. We ran out of those potions very quickly. It's a good thing you can buy them so fast. Otherwise, it'd be really annoying, but... Let's give it one more try. Honest man effort. Can't say I didn't try to do anything with you guys. Let's bring in... the grass, at least. The grass has an AoE heal. It's pretty solid. Hey there, Naga. Sure. 6 potions down the train. Oh yeah, we got the cat claw swinging on the Black Wizard. It's not bad. It's, what is it? Pretty reasonable crit rate, if I remember correctly. 2.5, nothing to write home about. Higher in bugged vanilla, I guess. Alright. I don't know, maybe we save... We could always just brack these guys. I have lots of good spells. It's more just my running away. We've taken so much damage trying to escape battles rather than just winning them quickly. Well, it's quicker when you succeed on your escape. Yeah, here it goes. Here we go again. Yeah, Blaze spell is doing good. I think as our level goes up and the red wizard versus the other wizard's intelligence gap gets bigger and bigger, you know, black and blue wizard are getting 1 intelligence every level. Red does not always. So they kind of fall behind more and more. Lightning 2 should be enough. And that's a resisted waterfall, still boosted by the Blessed Bell, but doing half damage and resisted, you know, still not too bad. Gives you an idea of how much damage it could do if it wasn't always stuck in this terrible terrain type. Of course. 4 fails to run. That's 4 more heal potions down the drain. Give or take. Come on, guys. We're not even a low level anymore. The enemies are going to start running away from us if we don't stop. It's always when you have, like, a single target in mind that it goes the slowest. I just need something random to talk about to trick the game into working for me. We need nuclear here. Actually, Ice 3 does do more damage than Nuke if you have Ice 3. 600 damage, Nuke. Whew. No, we're just getting our, we're just getting ready for TofR, getting our spell slots stacked up, basically. Ugh. Gross. I mean, we could gamble on Curse doing something, maybe? Yeah. Ice 3 did not impress me that time. Poisoned? Yeah, that'll help. Is there any status that you can put on an enemy that's worse than poison? I don't think there's an answer for that. Darkness doesn't do much, but it does give you a chance that they miss. Poison, though... I don't think you're getting much done with poison. It would need to do like 10% of their HP for it to even come close. Like every turn, 10%, something like that. Oof. Spooky, spooky. Too many lobsters. 3 heal potions. 2 heal potions. 5 heal potions. Maybe we use this as a sunbeam heal up for 3. Sunbath. Well, that's fine. We'll get that sun bath. I think for this fight, we should always be focusing down the Gershark more than the Big Eye. The Big Eye doesn't do very much usually, whereas the Big Shark does a lot of damage. Oof. Oof, again! It's like the worst group. Well, here we are 40 minutes in. It's not looking good for this Hades fight, I gotta say. We do need to go wrap this game up pretty soon. I don't know how much longer I'll wait. This gives you an honest view of how long it takes to get some of these rare encounters. Definitely, if I was to say my biggest disappointment with the Blue Mage, overall great class, but it is too annoying to get the level 8 spells. They're not even all that good. I mean, they're decent, but for the amount of effort and time it takes, if it basically requires grinding to like level 40 plus, just to get a chance at learning them, like, come on, right? You're already going to be able to beat the game by the time you randomly luck into it. I think that's the problem. If the encounter is so rare that you start approaching max level before you run into it, you over level for the final dungeon, and then it's not really relevant. It means basically you never see it, so you can never learn it, or you get lucky, which I don't know if you feel. I can feel good when you get lucky, but I don't want my final spells being luck locked. And like, not everybody knows that you can sort of force a war mech on a hard reset. War mech is less rare, but you can still spend a long time in sky without ever seeing it. And that's assuming you even know where it is. It's only the veterans that know the Bridge of Destiny is where war mech is, right? There's nothing in the game that tells you. Really? The Blue Magic quest is like the top of the highest point in the world and the lowest point in the world. If you know, you know, but if you don't know, how many fights do you take before you give up? Like, how long have I been here on this episode? Probably 30, 40 fights at least, maybe more already down here. If this is all you saw and you're like, well, this is dumb. My levels are getting crazy. Why don't we just go kill the final boss? Surely we're ready. You wouldn't know that you're missing it even, right? Or you might... I start second guessing myself, like, am I even in the right place? I haven't seen it in so long, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. And then you give up because you're like, well, I don't know. Maybe you look it up nowadays, you can find a guide or something. But... especially for a mod, or a ROM hack, or a fan pack, whatever you want to call it. It's not always the easiest to find the guides, you know? It's not quite the same as the vanilla game. But I mean, I'm sure most people know what a war mech is by now. It's fine. This game is kind of for the vets. Try to get another free heal off. It's only like 100. It's not. I mean, maybe I should stack that with bluff so it's a bit more efficient. I'm pretty sure bluff also affects healing numbers. Pretty sure. You're my waterfall. I mean, I'm impressed with our damage. You know, the more we level, the crazier the int scaling will be, in theory. But I think this gives you guys a pretty good idea of the problem, right? And this is not even as hard to get as Iron Golem, in my opinion. This is the second hardest one. And it's still pretty brutal. I'm gonna do 10 more fights, and then I'm giving up. Assuming I don't run into heal potions. Alright, 10 more. Number 10. No. Number 9. Nope. This has got to be close to 60 fights altogether once we get through this. Number 8 is a nope. And I think it's 1 in 64, if I read correctly, is the chance. That does not mean you take 64 fights and you guarantee fight it, though, of course. Which is annoying. What number was that? 8? I don't know. I'm just going to say 7. Maybe we get a couple extra. 300 damage? That's all my heals right there. That's insane. That was a lobster? How the heck did it do that? Okay, max damage 3. Maybe a crit. I guess in theory it could hit 600 damage. It needs the crit to avoid your defense or your absorb. But I think technically 3 crits could do 600. New game plus lobsters, man. I don't know. Let's say we're at 5, 4. It's not looking good. Three? Maybe we'll fight the last 3. Assuming we don't die to lobsters. Microwave them. 2 more fights? 2 is a no. Not looking good, folks. This is a too rare magic skill. Number 1, the last fight. That's a no as well. Well, I tried. Let's go to the final dungeon then, I think. Unless we're really close to a level up. Yeah. Let's get a level up. And then we go. Last gasp. Couple more dumb encounters. I mean, this will give us a ton of XP. So. As long as we don't die. Be a real shame to die here. Petrified, sleep, paralyzed, confused, paralyzed, darkness. Do you consider that a good use of curse? It's worth 8,800 XP. That's 3. I think 1 more fight or ish. Although I'm out of heals. We're done. I'm out of here. All right. Thanks, Hades, for nothing. I don't know how I got you before. Must have got lucky. It's really annoying. We're already 40 or so minutes into the episode for one war mech that I scripted, basically, and a couple attempts at Hades. Yeah, it's going to take way too long. I don't have the time to record all this stuff. I mean, I could grind it off camera for as long as it takes, but to make an episode out of it, no. That's too much. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna bring the bubble again. No. I'm gonna bring the grass. I want the healing, actually. Reducing magic damage is cool and all, but I think for this group, our healing is pretty weak. There might be some better healing charges somewhere for geomancy. I don't know, but grass is easy. There's also grass right here, but we'll do that. Level 38, nearly 39. We're pretty strong. Let's go. But yeah, new game plus rules. I guess technically we could get the massa and exit out, but that's not the plan. I think we run when we get preemptive strikes just to avoid using resources. We take fights that we have to. We don't like this fight, so we nuke them if we have to. We got hit for almost 400 damage by a bad man. Let's just start this over. Pretend that didn't. That seems incredibly bad luck. Unrunnable. Weak to fire. We are making some attacks. I'm so glad we got that spell off. Yeah, buffing spells with limited number of charges. Tricky. Okay, in the Temple of Fiends Revisited, I think this counts as the useless one, the one where we can get reflect, right? Oof. This fight is rough. Magic damage, or we go for an effect. We can check. I think they fly, so they resist earth. Only weak to ice winds. Pretty good magic defense in general. Not that that would protect them from stone death. Actually, you know what? They didn't resist poison either. That's funny. Even though that's their thing. This is a fight where maybe having that water bubble would be good. Tanglevine also actually would be good here. Yeah, okay. Bluff, and come on, get these guys with some statuses. I'll take that. Very nice. Alright, that saved me a tremendous amount of damage and heal potions by getting good turn order. And you, weak to the Sun Sword. Although that's damage. Maybe a converge. If I had a Convergent Inferno, that'd be lovely right here. I'll just random it. Who knows? And actually, this is maybe a good glare because it's not resistant to time. And then we can bluff that. It's got a lot of defense. Glare gets it. Alright, so far so good. Should be unrunnable. Fire 3, blaze it up. We have fire damage there, just so happens. Yeah, we can burn these guys down, probably. Got the wolves immediately, that's nice. And no problem. Good. So far, really good turn order. This fight we can take for XP purposes. They're weak to fire, nothing else. It's fine. Maybe just a cremate to save the spell slots. Shiny flare is fine. I'm not going to be using... I'd like to see it save the slow 2s for chaos if we need it. These slimes don't have a ton of hit points. There we go. Good, good, good. Almost done up to the earth floor. Yeah. Do these count as beasts in the bestiary? They do not. Annoying. Also weak to wind. Weird. Lots of HP though, so maybe we go random and not weak to, or not resistant to stone. I'll save the trances for really bad fights. Can do a random and a bluff maybe. Come on, statuses, give me something good. Poison, dark, lame, useless, weak. Stone gas gets him at least, so still got that going for us. Yeah, that level 8 red wizard spell, it's just too much random, not enough reliability. That's a lot of Gurmedusas. They should all be weak to fire, if I remember correctly, and I generally do. Should probably save the slow 2, but they can glance Lulu, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. So try to AoE them down. Yeah, normally their HP is low enough that like a fire 2 kills them, but new game plus mode. Shiny flare though, look at that. Blessed Bell boost is just burning through enemies now that we're at the end game. That was tremendous. I'm gonna save the swirlies maybe. We can do another shiny flare. That's fine. Yeah, that's great. That damage. Whew. Whatever the bell does, it's a significant damage up. All right, here's where we use a swirl, and Maybe a little bit of armor just to take less damage. Maybe a bluff to do one-shot swirl. Yeah. Pretty good for one spell slot. Alright, Lichenit. It's gonna nuke us if it gets a turn. You could try the mute. Yeah. I mean, it's more likely to get him with a trance or a glare. If I had Inferno, I think I would try boosting it. But I think glare is going to be a better option. We could try the paralysis here as well. And we'll go for the bluff. It depends on turn order, but... Non-elemental paralysis and KO. Yeah. Pretty good. The lowly grass terrain. Pretty solid, though. I can never remember if I can run from this, so we'll just fight it. Maybe we'll confuse. That saves us a little bit of damage. We can recharge our spells a little bit, some terrain, if we want, and some ice. We're probably just sweeping. Hey, maybe not. Wow. If only confusion had gone off earlier. Chasm. Is that one of the custom spells? That's a unique one. Hold on. What's that one? We're in what's considered artificial in the guide I'm looking at. Just 1 second. What does Chasm do? Stone insta-kill. I mean, it worked. If you could choose that, that'd be pretty cool. Basically casting stone gas. Alright. Carry number 2. Not... Oh, I could have gone and get a protect cloak. Too many steps. Not worth it. Carry number 2 does hit very hard. No longer specifically weak to status, but still statusable. I think we go... Don't need to spare the trances yet. We could go for like just an insta-kill. Armor does help. She gets a lot of attacks. Just based on what I brought. Her magic doesn't really matter. Slow 2 makes a huge difference if we hit her with that. Hold also makes it pretty much solid, so we're good. At least it should give us some time. And she's slowed, so we're safe. We can kind of preserve our spells a little bit if we want. She's not actually weak to ice. Oh, what we'll do is convergent stat swirly. Yeah. That should do a tremendous damage. Yeah, 1,000 damage. Whew. We even got the damage up. We'll just do some swinging. That should finish her. Cool. Trying to... I mean, I'm pretty sure we've got more than enough spell slots to finish this, but trying to conserve them a little bit when I can. Sucks when you run out. I suppose we pick up Massa just on principle, but... You know, it'd be nice if Hades could show up here, maybe? I don't know. Would it be better or worse if he was on this floor as well? A last chance to learn that spell, but maybe you don't want to fight War Mech type enemies down here? I don't know. This again. Okay, this is where Tanglevine comes in clutch, I think. And we just go max damage. Nuclear and nuke side by side. Twin nuke. We had twin flare in some games. I don't know if there's ever been a twin nuke. I think they stopped using the nuke word for reasons, but twin flare and twin ultima have been spells for a while. I've seen those. And of course, there's like a dozen different Bahamut's nowadays. You can blame Final Fantasy VII for that, probably. We need something stronger than Bahamut. Bahamut Neo, Bahamut Zero, Bahamut Exodeth, Bahamut Super Bahamut, Mega Bahamut. Alright. Should probably take this fight seriously again. I mean, the hold spell's been doing his job. Back to the hold spell strat. You can definitely still Kraken or Stone. This guy, similarly, the Kraken 2 is not weak to any specific elements, but it doesn't mean you can't still hit him. Sure, let's go for the insta-kill. And another Tanglevine attempt. Failing that, a slow 2 to keep us alive. Didn't get the paralyze, wasted his turn. Got the hold, got the kill. Sure. Great. Wait, maybe this is the one time we don't pick up Massa. There's no need for Massa. We've already won, actually. You don't even know it. None of these bosses can stop me now. No way, you friggin' cheater. Fine. Fine. We will learn the rarest of stupid I hate this game so much. We don't get the full blue magic list, but we get the other one that we didn't get to see earlier. Okay, what do I need to remember about these things? They resist everything, right? Well, most things. Not lightning, technically. Earth status, poison stone, death. Not time, not lightning. Not water or wind, technically. Magic defense not as high as it needs to be. Absorb pretty good. They do hit really hard if they punch. They do resist status. Yes. We have death protection. This is a death effect. I don't want to kill them accidentally. Invis 2... Actually, what we do is we use the defense. We use our limit. We get some armor. We... No, we don't. We get some evade. We get some... Do they get multiple attacks? Or single attacks? One big old attack. No need for slow. I guess I'm not doing any attacks. Weird. Maybe I just throw a random holdout. You never know. Good evade. Unfortunate damage. So we need them to use their ability. I got my limit off. Maybe we try to kill one. Probably glare one out. A little bit more evasion. Make sure the glare hits. Good. Alright, I think we just wait around. We got at least 3 stacks of invis. That's pretty solid. I will cast it one more time. I mean, we could go for darkness or something, but you know, what are the odds of that working? Okay, that's 5 invis. Probably enough there. Let's just wait him out. He can't just sit there forever. I'll do one more, I guess. There it is. Barely worth the effort to get, but there it is. Now to win, actually, while we're messing around, let's get some more level 8 spells, I guess. We can do another glare, I suppose. I'll take a sun bath while we wait, maybe. We don't get a turn. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. Well, there you go. We got the probably most difficult to learn one. I actually think it's basically trash. Death Elemental insta-death. A lot of things resist the death element. But, hey, there you go. That's what it is. You got to see it. So if you combine my different Let's Plays together, you can see all the blue magic spells. Excuse me? What's going on? Controller? Toxic has toxified me in real life? Weird. That happens every now and then where my controller just stops responding in this game specifically. Alright, anyway, like I said, we've already won. The game just doesn't know it yet. Oh no! A very scary Tiamat. What could we do? I sure hope we get a good spell that can finish him instantly or something. Or that. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. but, just because Tiamat is susceptible to Glare, Time Elemental, Chaos isn't, right? That's true. Are we ready for the fight of our lives? I really wish I'd brought that 30% magic damage bonus. I meant to, but I didn't pick it up when I was up in Sky. Now you can hit him with Curse, right? That's funny. We don't have X first, so we can't just bypass his resistances. But we do have Curse. And we can definitely trance him. And we can definitely do this. Also this. Also this. But let's go with Bluff first. Just you know, might as well. Curse did nothing. It's lame. It's useless. It's garbage. We got the trance off anyway. That's all I really needed. Stupid Curse. Lame. That was the only spell I really needed here. I've run out of glares. Is there anything else I want to try just for fun before we kill him? Playing with our food, basically. Let's see how much damage a Convergence Nuclear does. If only we had... I wish I had that other ability. Slow 2, if we can hit, would be nice. Just to make sure he doesn't punch us to death. We put him asleep. I was too fast. I didn't get a good read. Sorry. I'll use my last curse before we finish him. And, yeah, I mean, sure. It's never gonna work. We got him a slow. I never really sabered up my my Black Wizard ever, but there you go. Ineffective. Curse, not great against Chaos. Wouldn't expect Death to work either. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed. That was that. I wish I could buff up a little bit more, but your time has come. We just got the victory music in the background anyway. Bluff. Ooh, 200 damage. Ooh, 10 damage. Only 8,000? Lame. But yeah, it's still one-shots. So, you know, Geomancer Limit is absolutely the strongest, insanely stupid ability in the game. Red made us use it twice. I was going to use it on Tiamat and then Chaos, but or just double on Chaos if we needed. Clearly, a very overpowered group. I really liked this one. It was a lot of fun. We were never in any real danger. The entire run on New Game Plus was just having fun, really. I feel like I did a pretty good job showing off some interesting strats. We didn't need max level or anything, but we basically didn't need weapons at all. But it's nice to have them. And I don't think I used the Power Glove ever. Basically didn't need casting items at all. Barely need weapons or armor. You could probably do a there's a couple achievements for never buying anything. Now we need to buy spells, but I mean, you could, if you had no armor, you would get smacked around a bit, but honestly this group is so strong. Geomancy, I still like it. I still think of the casters, Summoner needs the most help. Geomancer might need a little bit of help. Blue Mage could maybe do a couple tweaks. Red Mage, totally fine. Black Wizard, totally fine. They're OP as heck. The abilities are working great. I don't love the level 8 red spells, but it's fine. Convert is cool. Refresh is niche, but okay. Saboteur seems really good. Skill Lure is not very important. Convergence is great. I kind of think Azure Affinity is a bad limit, but I haven't really found a good use for it. And then, I think the skills on the Blue Mage are weak. I think the level 8 spells are a bit too hard to get, and some of them could be adjusted. Overall, it's a great class. I just... Getting those level 8 blue magic spells is a pain. Geomancer, like I said, I enjoy. I think it really is so much better when you can sample from the beginning. It should always have that, I think. And I think it could use some buffs with either weakening the bell effect and strengthening the magic damage levels, or giving you more spell slots to get the rarer ones at lower numbers. I think it would be an easy way to fix things. Just so we had more options, because 4 potential spells aid if you have sample, but they're still limited on what they can do. There's generally a single target of one element, a multi-target of another element, a status of some sort, and a heal or buff of one sort. That's not a lot of variety compared to your average caster. So I think they could use 2 more spell slots and just add in the rare one for each terrain. That's fine. Just give them less total cast of it. It's no biggie. Maybe they are immune to the terrain recharge. You can't recharge the rare ones that are really good. I don't know. You got to think about balance, but I think he's weaker than the other casters by a bit. Not counting his limit. The limit is broken as heck, which is lots of fun. Light Step doesn't really count, so that's all good. And then finally, Black Mage. I really think the best general sweeper in the game. And I was really happy to get some value out of Bluff. That combos so well with all of these guys. This is exactly what I wanted to show off. The Black Mage, when necessary, can just burn, blast, blow up. Can definitely afflict some statuses pretty effectively. We didn't need fast for buffing or anything, but you have it. It's just such a good caster. And that Bluff works really well, better than I thought. Elemental Seal, basically never need it, but if you ever have a really long battle, I guess, maybe. I guess in theory, I could have tried that on Chaos, where you Elemental Seal, and then next turn you try Zap or something, or Brack or Quake, because it should remove his resistance to Earthstone time. So that's a way to maybe get an insta-kill on him, if you want. We obviously didn't need it with Geomancy, but that's something you could try. I think that's worth a shot, but I never really needed it. Elemental Seal, because it takes a turn of setup, basically not worth it most of the time. But against Chaos, I should have tried it. I forgot. It's just kind of forgettable. I think the limit is basically garbage. Unless I've misunderstood it, you don't get to use it the turn you use it, right? You don't get to cast a spell. This is doing nothing, consuming a limit, so that your next 3 turns don't cost spell slots. Basically useless. When did I ever run out of spells? Basically never. It's actually anti-synergistic with these. These are like spell efficiency kind of skills where you help someone else out without spending a spell for them to do better. Or you don't do something, you spend a turn charging up so that next turn you do even more damage. That saves you spell slots. So these guys mean you don't use very many spell slots. This is waste a turn to not use any spell slots. But how often do you need that? Like, I guess if you're doing a low-level challenge, I think this would work. In theory, if you had 0 nukes, you could use that limit and then cast nuke, but I mean, that's pretty niche. I'm not sure that's good enough. So, one of the weaker limits, besides one of the best limits, and one of the weaker limits. But we could at least use Geostorm, so that's fun. Sorcerer is very, very strong, I'm pretty sure. Hard to know the exact math, but this seems very, very good for Black Wizard. And priming, honestly, this didn't happen hardly ever either. But it is cool. It does give you another efficiency use if you've got time. Technically, you can cast Fire a bunch, and then Fire 3 for massive damage, or Ice or Lightning, right? You don't have to cast the high-level Elemental. You can start with a weaker one and move your way up once it's buffed. But, honestly, those are just gravy. You don't need those. I barely use it. And this was a New Game Plus group, where theoretically that might have happened. How often did I cast the same element more than once in a fight from the Black Wizard? Very rare. Very rare. Because we kill stuff too quick. And that's awesome. So, there you go. Longer episode, but I tried to get the Inferno. It just didn't work. I got stuck on that. But I think this is my favorite party in Renaissance. Yeah. This is my favorite. I've had a lot of good runs. I think this is my best one so far. It's so versatile. It even has the ability to cast Life. Not that we need it. Life and Exit Warp. It's got the utility spells. It doesn't have the game-breakingness of the Time Mage, sure. Time Mage is fun to break. But this one plays mostly like vanilla, except you get all kinds of cool synergies. And I'm sure there's many I didn't think of, because the Geomancer has so many spells that you can pull around with Sample. There's so many different effects. This might be one of the most synergistic groups there is. So, lots of fun. Really good. Really good. Anyway, I'm going to have to end the episode at some point. So, let's call it here. I'm going to figure out one more run for sure, and then I might take a break. I want to do the mirror of this that's all martial. And I haven't figured out that group just yet. It's going to be harder to make synergies with it, because there's not like a bunch of spells with random effects. It's just whatever skills and weapons, but I have some idea that might be reasonable. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely enjoying my Renaissance. I think I am getting close to needing a break. I've done a lot. I've recorded a lot of videos. If you've watched this far, I've probably recorded quite a long ways into the future. But, yeah, it's enjoyable. I'm having a good time. So, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Have a great day.